So my area of expertise is understanding chromosome segregation during mitosis and during meiosis in C. elegans, which is a small nematode worm. In particular, the questions we're primarily interested in is how do checkpoints make sure that chromosomes segregate properly during both mitosis and meiosis.
She ticks all the boxes that ASCB listed for this award: excellence in research, contributions to diversity, equity, and inclusivity at the levels of mentoring, teaching, hiring.
My experience with diversity, equity, and inclusion being important to the scientific workforce is that simply we are losing people who could be contributing to science. The reality is that as you ascend in academic science, it becomes much more homogenous. America is pretty racist and sexist. Things about America get reproduced in our scientific culture.
From the very beginning, she's been a clear and consistent voice for diversity work on this campus.
Needhi's this big force of nature, often centered around gender and diversity issues in science.
We lose the possibility of innovation because people feel like they don't belong or are welcomed in science. Transitioning from undergrad to graduate school was a wake-up call for me. My graduate class was way more homogenous. My professors, they were predominantly white and they were predominantly male. There were ways that people talked that were jarring in a way that I didn't quite have language for at that time. I had no idea what a microaggression was. I definitely experienced them, but I had no language for that icky feeling. And so it's clear that if I have something to do about it, then I can do that.
She was a wonderful mentor, and I feel like her approach was especially useful for first-generation college students who didn't come from backgrounds with exposure to academia.
She has made an incredible effort to make structural changes, not only at her university, but also within the field of cell biology.
In the past, I've done things like write perspectives on how to shift the culture on faculty hiring.
She really dedicates a lot of time to helping others learn how to make faculty hiring more equitable.
She's formed this equity reading list on her website that she's collected them from various scientists. And I've known several labs who've come to that list.
She has curated resources for hiring practices, which when I've been on faculty hiring committees, we've used those as a starting point.
She inspired me to suggest that we do a cluster hire at Fred Hutch.
I'm the participant in 2 organizations that are focused on making research assessment more equitable.
She enables people to be heard, seen, and appreciated, both in person and on social media. She does it in her research lab with her mentees.
She wasn't only an excellent mentor in science, but she inspired me in pursuing my own endeavors in inclusivity and outreach.
When I was an undergraduate, she would keep pushing the topic. She would teach it in different ways, and you feel like you really had a voice there.
So for 3 years, she formally mentored me. To be able to cultivate that relationship and learn from her was just transformative for my career.
Getting that opportunity to work with her in her lab was foundational in my career.
Almost all of my research funding comes from the NIH, and that limits what I can spend it on. And I have great people in my lab who are doing really great work. So my plan for using the $5,000 that I get as a result of this prize is to donate it to my lab.
Needhi is a avid tweeter, advocating for women, advocating for minoritized individuals. She has just been such a champion for so many just really great causes.
Twitter is a way for me to keep updated on a lot of the research and the literature, and has allowed me to think out loud and get feedback on those ideas. That's incredibly valuable.
She has resources for everything you can possibly imagine for diversity and inclusion. The time it took to build that resource really speaks to her commitment.
Well, a lot remains to be done. We need to have allies and accomplices in positions of power to help us make science more equitable.
Needhi would send me articles and papers about what other campuses were doing. to promote DEI and ask, like, why can't we do that here?
What I'm hoping to do is just keep banging this drum. If we're losing scientists, our ability to understand how things work, our ability to develop technology so that it can help all people is really at a loss. I would like to thank my nominators. The fact that people took the time and energy means so much to me, and I really appreciate it.
Congratulations, Needhi, so well deserved.
I'm just so excited to see you get recognized for something you've been so passionate and consistent about.
You are a voice for all of us.
Congratulations on this well-earned and much-deserved honor.
Congratulations, Needhi.
Thank you for shaping me into the scientist that I am today.
I greatly appreciate what you are bringing to our department and our university.
Thank you for all that you've done for science, making so many people feel heard, seen, and appreciated.